Hey, hey. So, how you guys doing tonight? Welcome to my channel. I am honored there's this many people in here because I honestly thought with Chris having 10,000 people, if I got 50, I was lucky. So, we're way over that. So, I want to say thank you because I honestly did not think that people would be in here with that many people in his. So, I'm honored. So, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I am going to say something that Chris said. I'm going to steal from him. Yeah, do I have any mods in here? Can one of the mods drop the iPhone link, please? If not, I will go ahead and grab it. Give me a moment. Hey, Foxy in the Boxy. I like that name. All right. I was not impressed with it either, but I did take notes. I was like running back and forth trying to take notes. Okay, here is the iPhone link. There you go. Hey, Marty. Marty, you're not even a member anymore. So, yeah, I could put it on Patreon. Rios, thank you, because that is exactly how I felt. Way too nice. Hang on. Let me just put this in Discord. Okay. All right. Welcome, Rios. So I wanted to make sure if it was just me or if it wasn't just me. Because I was waiting. I understand there's a good cop, bad cop kind of scenario. And that's what I really thought he was bringing Josh up for. Josh from the lab. So if you are not sure what I'm talking about or you don't know what's going on, let me explain. Chris Mcdonough in the interview room had Jose on tonight. Chris did a pretty good job of trying to stump him, trying to get different answers, but there was no follow through. And here's what bothered me about it. Hey, Grandma Rose, here's what bothered me about it. I'm going to get to all that, Rose. Chris is a retired FBI agent. I'm sorry, retired police officer. A retired interrogator. So Chris definitely knows how to interrogate people and get answers that he wants them to give him. All with his buddy, amigo, buddy, friend. These are all keywords that investigators give to make the person trust them. And it's an old technique that's been around since the beginning of time and since the Reed technique came into play. It's just a way, you're my friend, you're there. You ain't my fucking friend. It works on people that show weakness. Because if they think somebody's your friend, they'll tell you. Somebody that's privy to what they're doing is going to tell them to go fuck themselves. They're pleading the fifth. Hardcore criminals will tell a cop, go fuck yourself. You ain't my friend. Someone that knows the technique will tell them, go fuck yourself. You're not my friend. Oh, I told Rocco I'd keep this to a minimum. Sorry, Rocco. So, Clarissa, I dropped it. Here, I'll do it again. So, I fully understand Chris's line of questioning. And I fully understand his interrogation techniques. Here's the problem. Chris is not an investigator on this case. He has nothing to do with this case. So there's no reason he can't go hard at Jose. But why won't he go hard on Jose? Because then he can't bring Jose back for views and for money. Chris probably made $10,000 tonight. I mean, I didn't count it, obviously, but I saw 50, 100, 50, 50. He made a shitload of money. Tons of members. So why would he fuck that up? Thank you, Denise. Why would he fuck that up? if he can keep bringing in money for Jose coming on, then that's what he's going to keep doing, because that's how he handled it. If Jose was anybody in this realm of people that the FBI was interested in, the FBI would have questioned him again. If he was worth a fuck in the real investigation, or anything that he said was worth a fuck, he would be there. He would, have been interrogated again. He's not. Do you know what he is, though? He's a liar. That's what he is. So the fact that Chris is treating him like this is an active investigation and Chris is the head of it, that's a problem to me. I'll give Chris credit. He did call out my drug thing. And thank you, Joseph. Oh, you're here. Member. You already are a member. But what's up? The fact that Chris is treating this like that, it just tells me that it's about views and it's about numbers. Has nothing to do with the investigation. Chris can't do anything for this investigation. He also threw some stuff out there which I thought was kind of fucked up. Stuff that shouldn't have been out there, that was out there to please his audience. Chris, you're better than that. And I was really, really taken back at some of the stuff that he was saying. Now, he is still live, so I'm not going to play it or anything, but I did take a bunch of notes. And I kept, I was cooking dinner, and I kept coming back in because I was listening, and kept coming back in and writing something. So some of the stuff I remembered to write what I was writing, but he talked about the drug deal. And yeah, I'm 100% convinced that this was a drug run. So, Chris, you didn't give me a shout out for it, but you should have given me a shout out since it was my theory. But yeah, I would have never been able to ask that theory or come up with that theory to Andrew and put it out there if I would have kissed his ass like everybody else does. Sometimes the only way to get answers is to go hard. And that's what I did with Andrew. And that's where we got these answers. And I think Chris agrees with me that this was a drug run. He asked Jose. Jose went on a 20-minute fucking rant about how it wasn't. And then it hit me. Not only was this a drug run, but Jose got scared. And Chris even asked him, 2 different ways. Was this a drug run, Jose? And you got scared, so you then went and stayed behind because you didn't want to go back because you were scared to go back? Yeah. Jose also stated that he stayed in the back of the U-Haul. I think you would die in the back of a U-Haul from New York to Tennessee. There's no air in it. I don't think that would be like staying in a trunk for that long. I don't know if you can do that. I've never sat in the back of a U-Haul, but am I right though? Wouldn't you die back there? Wouldn't it be too hot? Oh, he's a total sellout, Lisa. Total sellout. You should have heard his ass kissing at the end. Total ass kissing. Phoenix, dinner's on the bottom shelf in the fridge. And if you want more, it's on the top shelf. It's very hot in September, and he said that he was in the back. And I just think with all furniture that it would be way too hot and that you would probably die. But that's where he says he was. I think you can ride in the back of U-Haul with brakes. But exactly, Amazing Grace. Isn't it very dangerous? I would think that it's very dangerous. Sweet Carolyn, I'm sorry. If you're listening, feel better. Who knows? You never made. I'm sorry, my three healers. And I don't know. It's just bullshit. But let me pull up my notes. All right. Chris originally, and this is kind of in order, but some of it I don't remember exactly what they spoke about. He said he was on the couch. You really like that? If you're in a big U-Haul with that, like the big one, because he said he had a lot of furniture. You're not going to die back there. It's not going to be too hot because it's not temperature controlled. And I know, like, when I moved and you lift up the U-Haul, you know, or the Penske or whatever, and you lift it up, it's fucking hot back there. When you're trying to unload, it's like, oh my God, I can't imagine in September driving with no windows, no air, no anything. I don't know. It won't kill you? Okay. All right. So Chris originally asked him about when he went to Tennessee, when he went to South Carolina. And this was the first thing that I'm like, Chris, why didn't you elaborate on this? Like, why? Jose had said, well, the receipts that I had said that it was 2019 or 2020. Chris thought he said 2019. So Chris said, what year was that again? And he said 2020 after a long pause. But why did he say, well, the receipts I had said? What? If you don't remember, just say I don't remember. But his state of mind was the receipts I had said. That's a problem. And Chris did not even, like, emphasize on that. I thought that was pretty fucking huge. So then he goes on to say he's talking about Rikers Island. Now, I could be wrong. Yes, you can die. Immigrants die all the time when smuggled. Thank you, Rocco. So, he was talking about Rikers Island. I remember Rikers Island as and I haven't looked it up, but I remember Rikers Island as a pass-through. What I mean by that is you're in Rikers. Rikers is like a maximum security, but you're holding, and then you go somewhere else. Like, nobody stays in Rikers Island for long. But maybe it's changed. I don't know. But I'm going back 20 years where you didn't stay in Rikers Island. Well, maybe you did. Yeah, I guess you did. I guess I'm wrong. All right, I take it back. Forget what I just said. But Rikers Island is a pretty rough prison. And if you are going upstate, you start at Rikers Island and then you go upstate. But he claimed he got raped in Rikers Island. I don't know. Rikers Island is more known for fights than it is for rapes. I just don't see getting multiple raped in Rikers Island. Beat up, yeah. Raped, I don't know. So, now they do. See, I don't remember. I know that everyone that gets arrested in New York City goes to Rikers Island. And then you get transferred to whatever place you're going upstate New York. So, that's what I think of when I think Rikers. So if people are there long term, okay, but that's just what I remember. But I also don't remember Rikers Island as being somewhere where people get raped. It's more of a fighting facility. People will kick your ass, but not really a rape because I don't know. I don't believe it. But anyway, so Rikers is you to have to listen to the interview. It's a very short piece. Yes. And then the island, and then they go upstate. That's what I'm saying. So I think you could do an 18-month program now. Okay. But I knew I wasn't crazy creative renewal because I'm like, I just know people go to Rikers and then they go upstate. So I wasn't 100% sure. People get raped at, yeah, but I don't know. Beating someone's ass to rape, I don't know. I know people that have been in Rikers. Lots of fights, lots of gangs, but not really a rape thing. Yeah, that is bullshit, Stacy. That's another thing I was going to say. Is 20, yeah, but that's when I knew people was 20-something years ago. That's what I'm saying. Probably even longer. If I was 17, so yeah, probably like 40 years ago, 30 years ago. You can be housed at Rikers, and at any prison facility you can be raped. I'm not saying you can't be. I'm saying that some, like, county jail, odds are you're not getting raped. That's what I'm saying. That's more usually long-term facilities, not short-term facilities. Like, people that are doing life, that's where you usually see rapes. I mean, maybe, hey, Ladybud, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. I never heard of that happening. Thank you, Stacy. But it's usually prevalent in jails that people are there, they're never seeing the light of day, they're never seeing a female, they're never seeing anything. Rikers Island is no longer, yeah, but this is going back 20 years. So I don't want to spend too much time on it, but he gave this whole story about he was in there for 3 years, he got sentenced to 3 years. Chris kept asking him about the 3 years, like, well, how did it happen? I do know the New York system. They don't, when they give you 3 consecutive years, or they give you 5 sentences to run consecutively, that means that if you get 3 years for this charge, 2 years for that charge, and 1 year for this charge, they're going to take your sentence and they run consecutively, so you'll do 3 years. If they run back to back, I forgot what that word's called, then you'll do 3 years, 1 year, 2 years, whatever the sentence is. But when they put it together, you're doing like 3 years. They don't add them all up. You're pretty much doing like 3 years, whatever the longest sentence is. Then they combine them all. That's how New York works. And I don't remember when they did mandatory minimums, but they changed it from the way it used to be. But he was, thank you, Creative Renewal. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. There's no way you did 3 years on Rikers Island. Thank you. That's what I remember. That you don't stay at Rikers Island for 3 years. Concurrent. Thank you. Concurrently. You don't stay on Rikers Island for 3 years. Thank you. So Chris was saying something, and what he was trying to say, what he was trying to convince Chris of, is that he went in for a year, got out, then they signed him back in for a year, got out, and then they signed him back in for a year for 3 consecutive years. That's not the way prison works. That's not the way that works. It just doesn't work like that. No, that's a state sentence after 12 months. Thank you. That is what I remember, Creative Renewal. Thank you for confirming that, because that is exactly what I remember. That you don't stay at Rikers Island for 3 years. You get there, you get processed, and you go. And it's kind of like a holding pen for going upstate. Thank you for confirming that. Because that's what I remember. It really is. I remember it like, I didn't know if it was 12 months or 18 months, but you don't stay in Rikers Island. You're not going to do a bit in Rikers Island for 3 years. Not going to happen. And the only way that you would get out and go back in is if you violate your probation or your parole, and then you have to finish out the rest of your sentence. That's how the law works across the world. He was trying to say that it was totally different system, and Chris just let him talk, hey, Angel, but didn't confirm it. Didn't go on about it. I'm like, Chris, come on. Like, say something. This guy's full of shit. And he didn't say anything. So once he gets out, once he gives his bullshit story about how, he was raped, he's this, he's that. So then he was saying that Chris had asked him something about, I may be skipping around a little, but Chris had asked him about why he chose to go to Tennessee. What made him want to go to Tennessee? So he says, I needed to get out. So then he claimed that the mental facility that he was in, that at first he didn't say it was a mental facility. First he made it sound like the prisons, an addict counselor because he went in for drugs. And I don't remember the exact story, but in the end he went in for drugs. But you later find out that he was in a mental facility. And when he was in a mental facility, he then decided all the people that were helping him, like 12 or 14 doctors, all told him to leave. They all told him to leave the state, that New York was a trigger for him and that he needed to leave. That's bullshit. And I'm going to explain why that's bullshit. In a rehab situation, in a professional setting, in AA, NA, shrinks, psychologists, therapists, life coaches, and anyone in between knows. You cannot change your location and you're healed. You cannot change your surroundings and you're healed. What you can change is people, places, and things, meaning places that you go to that might be a trigger. Drug addicts that you hang out with that might be a trigger. So stop hanging out with people that do drugs. Stop going to the places that you would buy drugs. That's pretty much like the unwritten rule of any addict is change people, places, and things. But if an addict tells a psychologist or a psychiatrist, I'm going to move to California because that's going to make me better, they will laugh in your face. Why? Because if you don't change you, then as soon as you go to California, you will find the closest drug addict. So him sitting there saying that all these 14 shrinks or 12 doctors told him New York is a trigger and you need to leave, that's not true. No professional is going to tell you that. What a professional might tell you is don't hang out with this person because they may trigger you. You know, don't stay in, this house or this area because it might trigger you. But again, moving somewhere else doesn't change the addict in you. It won't change the trigger. And every professional knows this. Every addict knows this. Every non-professional knows this. So when he tried to feed this line of bullshit to Chris, that 14 or 12 professionals all told him how he needs, that New York is a trigger and he needs to leave, yeah, that didn't happen. And if it did, you need to sue. So, well, at first he said a regular hospital. Then he changed it. At the very end, and that's why I said this may skip around a little. At the very end, he said that he was in a mental institution or a mental hospital, and they are the ones that told him that he needed to leave because New York was a trigger. He said specifically the mental hospital that he was in. So it wasn't a regular hospital. If you listen to the end, yeah. Thank you, Jocelyn. That's how I felt. Like, wow. You can move, but you're taking it with you. Exactly. So that's why I'm saying, like, no doctor is going to tell you to do that just because New York is a trigger. Nah, sorry, not going to happen. It is not a psych hospital only. Regardless, I don't remember him giving the name of the hospital at any point, but I do remember him saying it was a psych hospital. So, exactly, he can't keep his story straight. If he didn't move back to New York, no, I'll tell you why he didn't move back to New York. Chris touched on it, and I'm going to elaborate. Okay, so I put notes about Rikers. Okay, when Chris asked him about the drug run, I was like, yes, although he didn't give me credit for it. When he talked about the drug run, Jose gave an answer. He was over-explaining it. I should have marked down exactly in Chris's live when it was, but he was literally over-exaggerating. He didn't answer any other question the way he answered that question. But it was over the top. Like, no, it wasn't a drug run. I didn't do drugs. I would never do drugs. It was literally over the top. And Chris was like, okay, so you're saying you never did drugs. So then Josh comes in. I think Josh that's his name, Josh from the lab, right? Josh comes in and Josh says, well, you're saying that you haven't done drugs since you got out of Rikers, but you did do drugs with Candace or whatever. No. And then he backed it up and then he changed it. So then they both tried, and I know I'm skipping pieces, but they both try to get him to admit that he didn't go back to New York because he was scared, because he knew they were bringing drugs back. And he denied. He was like, no, they would never do that. But he was overinflating why he couldn't be around drugs. And they know better. And I wouldn't go back to jail the same way Andrew did. I am 150% convinced that this was a drug run. My initial instinct was right, that they came up empty. They were driving back to New York with it. And they went back to New York. He said that he just decided to jump in the van because he wanted to get out of Tennessee. He wanted to get out of New York, which I get. I don't have a problem with that. The person they were with, Jeffy, he named off a bunch of people. I don't remember how many there were, but he did rattle off the people that went. Chris asked specifically, like, who went. He rattled them off and then says, oh, so you didn't want to go back because you were afraid of getting busted with the drugs? And then he paused. He's like, no. There were no drugs. They wouldn't tell me. I would know if there were drugs, and no, there's no drugs. And it was so over the top obvious that this was a drug run, and he got scared going back. So one point, and I don't think I wrote this down, but it was something about the truck and that he had to have the truck back the same day. Well, if I understood correctly, this was another thing Chris should have explored more, and he didn't. Why would you move to another state and have the truck back the same day? That doesn't make any sense. You wouldn't ever bring a truck back to New York if you're moving to Tennessee. You would have the truck in Tennessee. So, yeah, that did not add up to me. Chris did not explore that. I don't know why. No, Lacey, they went to Tennessee to buy drugs. They were driving back. He got scared and left. He didn't want to go in the car because he was nervous about getting caught because he already did 3 years for drugs. And Chris was on that wavelength. Laura, it was the rented van. Either way, you still wouldn't bring it back all the way to New York. You would do everything one way. You wouldn't bring it back. That's what I'm saying. Doesn't matter if it was a rented car, if it was a rented truck, if it was a rented U-Haul. You wouldn't bring it back to New York. That's what I'm saying. So, all right. So now moving forward, Jose was talking about the Don Summer interview. The Don Summer shower thing. So when he first got there, he had to go to the bathroom. He goes to the bathroom. He explained there's no door, no nothing. It was just no walls. Well, there's got to be walls somewhere. But there were no walls or anything. But it's in the back of the house. So Hunter tells him, dude, it's cool. You can go back there. Nobody's going to go back there. While you're in there, nobody's going to go back there. Okay, so I assume it's really in the back of the house. So my question is, when Summer was showering with Don, why was Jose back there? If Hunter's saying that anyone that's back there that uses the restroom, you have privacy basically because someone knows you're back there, nobody's going to go back there. Why was he back there when Summer was taking a bath or shower with Don? What made Jose go back there? He knew they were in there. So that's just something that popped out at me. Exactly, Carson. That is what I'm thinking. Because I just felt like if Hunter is saying, don't worry, no one will go back there. Turn the camera up. We only see... Oh, I'm sorry. That's because I might move my screens. Is that better? He heard Summer's voice and he asked, who was that? And they said that was Summer's mom. Said that Summer was taking a bath with the dad. What? No, I'm not buying that. Nobody ever discussed the Philippines thing either. I agree. But that's why he's going to have part 2. But my point is, if Hunter said, don't worry, no one's going to go back there, why were you back there? Like, why are you calling her sweetheart or half pint or whatever? Like, you barely knew her. And, you know, he brought up a good point, too. She was 4. And then that was another thing they kept questioning. How old was she? Was she 3 or 4? He kept saying, and I don't know why Chris didn't elaborate on this either, she would have had her 6th birthday. Jose, do you know something we don't? Because last I knew, Summer was still alive. So she did have her 6th birthday. Not she would have had her 6th birthday. She did have her 6th birthday. That caught me. Boom. Why would you say that? Why would you say she would have? And he said it a couple of times. And Chris was kind of quiet. Exactly, Be Real. That's why you can, you know, dig into him a little. I'm sorry, but as an investigator, they don't care if you have mental illness. They may be a little nicer to you, but 3/4 of jails are filled with mental illness. They're not nice just because you have mental illness. No, he said specifically, he said a couple of different ways. She would have had, she was going to be, she would be, she would have been. It just hit me as odd. The part where he said he got her towel and called her out of the bath. Exactly. You're 100% right. Teeter-totter, lots of people in jail tell an interrogator, well, I'm suicidal. You think that stops them? No, it doesn't. They still pound them. They still go after them. So, yeah, I'm not buying that whole bullshit. So, then he talked about the dogs. Chris had asked him, he was talking about, you know, did the dogs bark for you the same way that they did for me? Josh said something that I think went over a lot of people's heads and definitely went over Jose's head. But Josh said, well, he has the same story as you on the dogs, so we know that part's true. Okay, so Josh is on the same wavelength as all of us that believe Jose is full of shit. And my impression of what Josh was saying is that that's pretty much the only thing that Jose has said that he believes. But I got to put a wrench in this too. Yeah, but he wanted money. I'm going to explain that too. So he talked about the dogs barking and the dogs going to them and barking and anyone that pulls up. You caught that, right? Keep it real. And the dogs going up there barking. Okay. And I agree with them about the dogs. However, Molly Golightly, JLR, Olivia, and Betty Butthead all walked right up that property, right to the dogs. They had a steak in hand. They had dog treats. And guess what the dogs did? Loved them to death. So this whole bullshit that, oh, the dogs are vicious and the dogs would attack. Have a steak in your hand, and those dogs were putty in their hands. So, yeah, that whole dog theory means nothing. Then they said that cats and dogs together so they were not attacking the cats. Okay. That was another thing he said. That's jumping ahead. But that was another thing he said. See, that, Nicole, is sick. That is exactly what Jose wants. And I got zero respect for justice for that. Zero. And I'm glad Chris didn't fall for it. But leave it to Justin to do that. Typical Justin. Those were different dogs. They were the puppies. Humane Society took the original dogs. I don't know about that. I never heard that. I don't know about that. So there's that. I've heard, hey Bridget, I've heard a lot of bullshit being spread. Like that picture was an old picture. So Hunter's lying, mom's lying, grandma's lying, too many people lying. Sorry, not believing that either. But I never heard the dogs were taken either. So I don't know though. Clarissa, I have no clue. No clue at all. But that's sick. The dogs were fat. Yeah, I don't think the dogs were starving. Clarissa, by the way, here's the link you asked for. The dogs were not starving. Shelly, I kind of agree with that too. So then he said that Grandis never drank. Grandis never drank. She was not a drinker. She was on all these pills and she never drank. Then who were the twisted teas for? Because I remember the twisted teas were for Grandis. So if Grandis never drank, who bought the twisted teas for? That is something I'd like an answer for, because that's their story, that twisted teas were for her, and twisted teas is alcohol. So what did Grandis not drink? So that was one thing. Yeah, Denise, it's ridiculous. So, and it doesn't surprise me at all. It doesn't surprise me at all. Okay, I heard about the adults being surrendered. The dogs there now are the younger dogs. That's what I heard. Okay. But what he did say, though, hold on. What he did say, though, is that if the dogs knew you, then the dogs didn't bark at you. So Chris reiterated that and asked him again, are you sure that if the dogs, or Josh, if the dogs knew you, then you didn't have anything, like the dogs never barked and they were your friend? He said yes. So, okay. I understand that, my three healers, but I'm saying that's something that should have been asked by Chris. Well, as a matter of fact, Jose, you're saying grandma didn't drink, but who were the twisted teas for? Is because Candace said they were for Grandis. So that would have A, caught him in a lie, or B, find out who he's covering for, but without having those questions asked, we don't know. I thought yes, we did. My link doesn't work, Clarissa? That's weird. Try it again. We believe that it's from, exactly, Shatter. We believe that it's from, for Hunter. But nobody's actually admitted it's for Hunter. So if he's saying grandma doesn't drink, well, that's something that can go in questioning of Candace or Grandis. Well, if you don't drink, then who are the twisted teas for? That's what I'm saying. So, all right. Let me get back to my notes. Jose said, okay, one thing Jose did say, which I have to agree with 100%, is that people from New York are rude. And when he moved to Tennessee, he found that everyone was so overwhelmingly nice. And that it kind of surprised him how nice everyone was. Because people in New York have attitudes and they're rude. I was laughing because he's 100% right. So that's one thing he did say that was pretty accurate. He said he was, correct me if I'm wrong, and maybe you guys can clear this because I might be wrong. Wasn't it always said there was a green couch in front of the back door? Or am I wrong? Because at the beginning I could have sworn he said it was a green couch, and then at the end he said it was a blue couch. And I don't know why green keeps playing in my head, but for some reason I remember it being a green couch that she said. And he's saying it's a blue couch. Granted, blue and green could go hand in hand, but blue, it was blue. Okay, so then I'm wrong then. I could have sworn that he said, thank you, Wyoming. I could have sworn it was green originally. It actually looked teal green. Okay, so it could be green, blue. All right, I'll go with that. See, hey, Lindsay, some people say blue, some people say green. All right. So another question that I don't remember, upstate New York, I believe. Well, if he was in Rikers, he had to be from Queens area. Or 5 boroughs, not just Queens, but 5 boroughs, which Staten Island, Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, and Manhattan. If he was in Rikers, if he went to Rikers initially, he was in one of the 5 boroughs. So I don't know where he went after that. I just know he had to have been in the 5 boroughs. And I know I'm talking like a mile a minute, so I apologize sounding like I'm on speed, but there's just a lot of info. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. When Don got in trouble for a gun, having a gun, wasn't it some specialized gun or was it a handgun? Because for some reason I keep remembering this specialized gun that wasn't really like a handgun, but it was some kind of other gun. Am I wrong? Yeah, but Lucy, if he lived in Schenectady, well, maybe Schenectady, but I don't think you go to Rikers from Schenectady. It was a black powder gun, and that's not a handgun, right? Okay, because Chris said that he got caught with a handgun. And I'm saying to myself, I don't think so. It was some kind of special powder gun. I couldn't remember what it was. But a black powder gun is not a handgun, right? It can be. Okay. Because that's something that he was saying, that it was a handgun. I was like, I don't remember it being I think of a handgun, I think of like a 38, you know? They can be handguns. Okay, so Chris wasn't wrong on that. I wasn't 100% sure, so that's why I was asking you guys. It can be a handgun. All right, I don't know anything about guns. They have muzzle loaders and are smaller. They're old. Black powder gun, and no, it's not a handgun. See, everyone's different. All right. So Jose gets interviewed by the FBI. Chris had asked him, when did the FBI reach out to you? So he was saying the FBI reached out to him in barbecue. What's barbecue? The 5 boroughs: Staten Island, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan. Those are the 5 boroughs that you would go to Rikers Island. No, it wasn't a sawed-off gun. It was. I remember it being someone saying it was a black powder gun. All right. Hey Kim, I don't want to get sidetracked because I'm losing my train of thought here. So Chris asked him when the FBI contacted you, like when did the FBI interview you? So Jose states the FBI contacted him on like 8 days after Summer went missing. So Chris said, well, what kind of stuff did they ask you? Did they ask you about Summer? Did they ask you about Candace? Like, just kind of asking, how'd they contact you? What'd you tell them? So Chris is pretty specific with what he's asking. So he says that he told them he doesn't believe Candace would hurt Summer. He doesn't believe Don would either. So that's what he told them. That the parents, he lived there. The parents wouldn't hurt them. Grandma wouldn't hurt them either. Nobody would hurt Summer. So Chris says, and I think I'm doing this in order, but Chris says something about SA. So he said, no, I told him, I don't think that I mentioned that, or I don't think that, he said anything about that. And you can tell that Chris was like ready to say to him, like, well, why wouldn't you say anything if you believe that, something was going on? So Jose just kept saying, well, I don't really think anything was going on and blah, blah, blah. And like 10 minutes prior, he's grabbing Summer out of a shower because he's going to be her savior. Well, which is it? Do you believe there's SA or there's not SA? So he's telling this story about Summer and how he's the savior. And on the flip side, he's saying, no, I wouldn't tell the FBI anything. I didn't say anything. So Chris kind of reworded a little. Well, if you had to talk to them today, would you say things different? Do you have any regrets? Something like that. And he was like, yeah, I should have reported it. Really? You should have reported it. But you didn't report it originally, okay. But 7 days after she goes missing, why didn't you tell the FBI about this story? Why didn't you let the FBI know about the shower incident that allegedly happened? Wouldn't that be the time to let them know everything that you know? Or would you lie about it? Now, I understand initially, maybe not calling CPS or calling the police. I get that. If you didn't actually see anything. Okay. But now she's missing. And it's 8 days, 9 days later, 7 and 9 days. You never know with him. It could be 2 weeks. I mean, it could be 6 months for all we know. But the FBI, not even TBI, the FBI, interviews him or talks to him. And he doesn't say anything then either. This is a real credible witness we have here. Let me just make all the money and views off him because he's just so fucking credible. Yeah, I don't think so. So he has somewhere to live. So then he's saying he had money and he didn't need to stay there, but he stayed there because he just did. But then he changed it to, well, I had enough money to get a hotel for one night. Okay. That's not exactly heavy money. So then the ball is dropped. Chris said something or Josh said something. I don't remember who said something to him. But he wasn't happy. And all of a sudden, and I can't remember the transition, but all of a sudden, he is homeless. Oh, I know what it was. I think I know what it was. Either Josh or Chris had said something about, all right, buddy. I think Chris was trying to end it. Chris was trying to get him off or just say, we've talked about a lot of stuff tonight and, I wrote down some points and let's take it in. And Chris said something like, and I know that you must be overwhelmed with all of this, which I thought was a good thing to say. he's trying to get in with him, letting him know, like, you can come back and so on and so forth. So Jose starts, like, almost choked up. I lost my job because of this. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's Chris had said, there's been a lot of rumors about him. There's been a lot of things. This is when I started getting mad. But there's been a lot of rumors about him. And, we need to keep the gossiping to a minimum. We need to keep the bullshit to a minimum. Because, he's not that sexual predator. Nobody's on some pretty freaky websites. But let's keep that to a minimum. And he said, and then the floodgates open. Oh my God, I just lost my job because of all this bullshit. All of these people talking cost me my job, and now I'm homeless. And you see Josh trying not to laugh behind his hand. I think it was the part that he was trying not to laugh. And Chris just stood there in awe, didn't say anything. Chris had over 10,000 people in there, and Chris was making money hand over fist. So I don't know if Jose has realized how much money he can make. Why is Justin making all the money when he's not? Why is Justice bringing in, thousands of dollars on Jose, and Jose isn't getting anything? And then he goes to interview with Chris, and Chris is making a fortune hand over fist on Jose's name. So I kind of feel like Jose was, hey, you guys got to stop making money in my name. If you guys are making money, why shouldn't I make money? You're making money due to my interview, so now I'm going to make money. Andrew probably told him how much money he can make. And all you have to do is watch some of these creators, and you're going to see how much money they can make if they have Jose on. So I 150% believe that is why Jose is homeless all of a sudden. Jose has no job, and he lost his job due to YouTube. Bullshit. If that was the case, you wouldn't be on Chris Mcdonough right now. So let's stop the bullshit, Jose. Justin is an idiot for dropping PayPal, but hey, that's on Justin. If you're that dumb, that's on you. If you want to knowingly scam your people, then you're an idiot. But I can't help you there. So then Chris, again, was putting it on thick with the buddy friendship. I'm here for you. Let's do this again. Do you mind coming back? Let's go ahead and come back. You didn't learn anything new tonight other than confirmation that this was a drug run. 100%. You learn that Jose is about as credible as Jody Sue. You learn that they're all hiding something. And I don't see why people are babying this guy. His mental health is not Chris's problem. His mental health is not anybody's problem. It's his problem. If he allegedly, that's another thing. Someone said that he got divorced a long time ago. Well, he told Chris he just got divorced in 2020. Really? Because didn't you drive to South Carolina to meet a new girl? Like, he just kept lying and lying and lying and lying. It worked. People in chat immediately wanted to give him money. That's their stupidity. I agree, Kimberly. Ashley, that is a way to ask for money. When you say I'm homeless, Jose is not dumb. All of this cost me my job, and I have no money, and I couldn't pay my rent, and now I'm homeless. Well, you didn't lose your job from YouTube. I totally agree. Why interview him again? He already said all he had to say. It's all for my... That's what I'm saying, Kimberly. That's what I've been saying. I've been saying that forever. Chris can do it. Exactly. Chris didn't say a word. Not a word. He did not tell anybody to drop a PayPal. He didn't tell anybody to drop anything. Nope, did not do it. And, at one point he said, well, you weren't there when all this happened, Jose, so you're not really a part of it. Yeah, exactly, Captain Obvious. You weren't really a part of this. You weren't there when this happened. Chris? Chris said Jose only had sex with Allie because he was drunk. Well, that's probably because Chris, I'm sorry, not Chris. Jose is trans or bisexual or something. The interview is very sketchy. I understand what Chris was doing, but I didn't agree with it. Like I said at the beginning, if he was an active investigator on the case and he was questioning, like, that to me is how you'd question Candace and Don. Jose wasn't allegedly even there. He's pointless. It's just for views and money. Well, if he wasn't part of this, why is Chris interviewing him? Because it's views and money. That's why. Should have never went public if it cost him. Yeah, it did not cost him his job. His bosses are not watching freaking YouTube. They're certainly not watching Justin. I'm sorry. Not happening. Whoop. But that's all he kept saying. Well, you were not part of this. So, is there anything I forgot? Hey, Crazy Italian, is there anything I forgot? Like, I kind of went through everything that I could remember. He definitely didn't interview Andrew. Jody Sue, I don't know. But Jody Sue doesn't bring money, and neither does Andrew. Surely, if you lost your job, you'd take him to court. Exactly. That's exactly right. It's all about the money and views, plain and simple. 100%. Especially the way Chris was talking to him at the end. I was like, wow. Just wow. Predator Nation gives money every morning. Predator Nation? That doesn't sound like a good name. Hey, Jonathan. My comment was sarcasm. I know it's clicks and views. I am not a CM fan. I did watch the interview. I come to creators like you for the scoop on it. Yeah. I'm just trying to think if there's anything that I missed. Oh, that was the other thing, which I thought was pretty smart. I don't know when the boys' birthdays are, but I do know when Summer's is. And it's not in September when he was there. So her birthday is February 4th. Yeah, February 4th. And I remember that because Betty Butthead had said it was January 4th, and that's my birthday. She's February 4th. I don't know when the boys' birthdays are. But, oh, absolutely, Lacey. But I'm going to get to that too, Sweet Carolyn. And glad you reminded me. Jose was there in September and October. So why would he see a birthday party? So Chris was questioning him and saying, did you see them have birthday parties? No, I did not. They never had a birthday party. Dude, you were there for 4 weeks. Which one of their birthdays fell on that day? So again, I don't know when the boys' birthdays are, but thank you, Lori. I don't know when the boys' birthdays were, but I thought that was a pretty dumb statement. Good for Chris for kind of, get him up. But yeah, it was kind of fucked up. I got blocked in ITR for mentioning the drug bust that happened June 18, 2020. Hours later, they fucked off in the U-Haul out of Dodge. Why the hell is that reason to block me? Maybe Chris wants to think that the drug theory was his? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know there was a big drug bust on June. I know I should have been an attorney. The church doesn't celebrate birthday. That's true too. But I don't know when the boys' birthdays were, but Summer's birthday was nowhere near when Jose was there. So why would they celebrate it? Chris been in a hospital 6 days, so he's a little behind on info. I don't know. I just thought it was whack. So then, hold on, let me get, all right, Sweet Carolyn, where was your comment? I know I saw it. There you are. No, where's your other comment? All right. What's your thoughts about the hide and go seek in the refrigerator? So that was another thing he said. He was saying that they always hid in the fridge. You know, and I thought I had this in my notes. Hold on. I thought I had this in my notes, but I guess I didn't. Oh, here it is. Yeah. They told Jose that they always use the fridge to play hide and seek. So, according to Jose, Summer was hiding in the fridge. They couldn't find Summer. And then she peeked her head out of the fridge, and because the lock didn't work, but she peeked her head out of the fridge, and she said, "Oh, you know, there you are." And he was all scared because she was playing in there. So then the boys said, "Oh, it's okay. We always play in there." Candace said, you know, she spoke to her girl about this and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So if the boys said, according to Jose, if the boys said that she always hides in there, then is there a reason why you couldn't find her when she was hiding in there? Since she always hides in there and that's a common hiding spot for you guys. So wouldn't that be the first place you looked? Just curious. But that kind of went over everyone's head and nobody said anything, which I didn't understand either. Yeah, I didn't know what that meant. I was going to ask Tiffany what the reason for that is, because Chris kept saying, was it on the left side or the right side? And, you know, at first he was saying right side. And then he said, I don't know, when you open the fridge, left side. So I'm thinking that there's something to that, but I don't know. And I was going to ask Tiffany, what's with the side of the fridge? Because I don't get what the difference was or why he was asking. The guy just admitted again to more drug charges for selling coke. These people need to wake up. I agree. Okay, the fridge was childproof, no lock, and bullet holes in it. Yes, but why was he saying which side of the fridge? Oh, plus it just said it had bullet holes for air. No, there was no lock on it. The door has been off in all recent pictures. Okay. It was shot at some point because one of the doors was off. Okay. See, that's what I thought too, New York Mom. Was it a side-by-side? But I can't see them having an updated fridge like that. One door is off now. I was going to email you about the crystals. I had to find you, but I got robbed outside the pharmacy, and it was just a lot. I had a baby with me, and I'm so sorry I mailed you. You got robbed in front of the pharmacy? What? It was a side-by-side, but one door was off. Anyone else notice how quiet MGL is since BK had a visit from the FBI? Botox injections done right would make people think you've had face work done. Huh? Where'd Botox injections come from? No door on the right side. Oh, that's why he was at. Okay, so that makes sense. There was no door on the right side, so he was asking which side, left side or right side. But that doesn't mean the door wasn't on there then. I'm going to have to go look at Tiffany's post. Oh, Tiffany made a post about that? Then she's listening. Right as left. I waited for police and came home and cried and then remembered. Aw. Find him. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. The door opens one way or the other, and you couldn't see it from one way. See, that I knew what he was trying to get at. I just didn't know why. We went over Jose in the first month and nothing of use, so we stuck him under Chasing's porch. I bet he wishes he would have stayed. I know, right? I agree with that. All right, let's see Tiffany's post. What? I don't get this. She made a post that Jonathan Lee Richards posted of Don's mugshot from like 50 million years ago from Texas. I don't see the point. Jonathan still has more arrests than Don does, so there's that. Someone said it's not even Don. I don't know. That's stupid. No, I already got the answer, Kim. Jose, some say he's had face work done since it. Who has had face work done? I am so lost on this. Donna's blue eyes, not brown. Well, that's a good point, too. Hold on. Okay, I can't take this man serious. I'm going to show you why.
AKA JLR, Justice for Summer Wells. Summer Wells has been missing since June 15, 2021. Where is Summer Wells? Don Wells, habitual criminal, been arrested for the last 40 years in multiple states. I have now obtained a new, never-seen-before mugshot of Don Wells. It comes from the Dallas Police Department, Dallas, Texas. This is from evading arrest, drug charges. I'm about to show you the new mugshot. No one has ever seen this mugshot. This is from the early 90s. How this is relevant? Don Wells has a pattern of criminal behavior. He is currently sitting in the Hawkins County Jail for probation violation while his daughter Summer Wells is missing. He's been arrested in states all across the country, from Tennessee, Arkansas, Florida, Texas, Utah. This is an habitual offender. What happened to Summer Wells?
JLR, you have a bigger record than Don does. So I don't know what you're doing, but you have a stronger record than Don. And that picture that you showed is a picture from the 70s. That's not a picture from the early 90s. That's a picture from the 70s. So try again.
I'm going to share you another mugshot of Don Wells. Where is Summer Wells? Hope we find her. If you have any information about the whereabouts of Summer Wells, please contact the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation at 1-800-TBI-FIND. Let's bring Summer home.
I can't tell if that's Don or not, but what I will say is JLR still has a bigger record. It kind of does look like him, But that's a picture from like the 70s. That's not the 90s. Jose was definitely... I don't believe Jose has had any kind of... That's not him. The dude has brown eyes. I agree. But it does semi look like him. It does. But I don't believe that's Don. But there's one way to find out. He said it's Dallas, Texas. So let's look up Dallas, Texas.
Are you in the live?
Yeah. Come on.
Remind me?
Pick him up.
Come here, baby. Come on. We're going this way. Go with me. Come on.
What's Don's middle name?
Who's? Me?
No. What's Don's middle name? Okay, this is a Donald Ray Wells, age 49. He was arrested in Texas. But hold on.
This is for Rachel, you big fat white stupid ass bitch.
There's a Nathan Don Wells in Texas who was arrested on SA. The Tennessee Borough. Yeah, it's not him. Tiffany, passing around bad info. That is not Don. Don Wells. Okay, the number on that is... So I also want to know why there's red over it, over the whole number. S14 369. What?
Awesome.
I totally agree, Carson.
I told you I'd be better.
All right, here we go. Oh. 514369. Something 94. Five one four 369. 514369. 514369. Dallas, Texas. Inmate number? Okay. Don Wells. Texas Department of Criminal Justice. None. So Donald Wells. Oh, it has to be current people. Yeah, I don't know if that's Don or not, but it's not. I don't believe it. Because you can't find that number anywhere, so I don't believe it. It does look like him with his little mullet, but yeah, it's Donald Wesley Wells. Dallas, Texas. Arrest. And I can't find anywhere that he was arrested in Dallas. How old would Don have been in 1994? How old would he have been in 94? There's 216 Donald Wells in Texas. He would have been in his 40s. No, he's 59, I believe. He's 57. I don't know. I don't think that's him, though. I don't think that's a real picture. Because where did he get it then? If you can't find it online, then where did he get it? I'm just not buying it. Show me proof that that's him, because you can't find it anywhere. He would have been 30. Yeah, that picture looks like he's about 30-ish. But if you can't find it anywhere, then where did he find it? That's my question. Yeah, but that arrest came from Dallas, Texas. So there would be record of him in Dallas, Texas. Or an arrest in Dallas, Texas. And there's nothing that connects him in Dallas, Texas. Except for a fraud person. As they said about the drug. Oh, he went on and on and on and on about it. I didn't say what he said. He just went on and on. He like over exaggerated it.
You're not going to prom? No, I'm not going. Go prom.
Yeah, I don't believe it's Don's picture. Can we not fight?
Huh?
Can we not fight?
I'm not fighting. I'm talking on the phone.
Oh, I thought you were fighting.
No, I'm talking very passionately. And so I was like, what do you know that I don't know? And he was like, what? And then he like had this giggle.
Yeah, I don't think that's Don.
You know that I don't know. And he was like, nothing. I was like, I know you know something. And he was like, what? No. And so
Because look at this guy. I know it's going to sound weird, but look at this guy. You could almost say this is Don from when he was a kid. Hold on. Right? You can look at it and say, well, it kind of looks like him from when he was a kid. You see what I mean? He does, though. Nah, I think it's someone just with the same name. That's not his son. Yep. Yep. There's 26 Don Wells in Utah, 216 in Texas. I mean, they're all, every state has a bunch of Don Wells. Don's son is not junior. Don is the junior. I agree with that. That's the one that has SA charges that picks up him with Jose in Utah. With who? Kat, where are those pictures? I know Wesley Wells. Or something like that. Oh, you know who got out of jail, by the way? I've been meaning to tell you guys. Eric Smith. You know the redheaded freckle guy? The one that killed that 4-year-old? He got out of prison after 28 years. I did look at the name. The guy you just showed, does he have eardermal? I don't know. Yeah, it looks like he does. No, because this is his son. Hold on, I don't think it's the same person. That's his son. You think that same person is the other one? You think that guy and this guy is the same person? That's kind of scary. You might be right, though. We went from decent looking to hideous. But then again, I guess that's what drugs do. He wasn't bad looking originally. That's kind of scary. Yeah, jOSE is Don and Cam's oldest son. Yeah, he wasn't too bad looking before drugs. Wow, look at that difference, though. That's fucked up. Don Wells acknowledged Tuesday his 34-year-old son is a convicted sex offender, having pleaded guilty in Arkansas sexual indecency with a child. Yeah, I just don't believe that, nah, that's some hardcore drugs. They do look like circus freaks. I agree with that. Hey, hounds. I don't know. I believe it could be Don. I don't believe the scenario. Because, like, my thing is, where's his original source? Where's the original? You can't put something like this and not put an original source. So I don't believe it. Okay, someone on his, someone on his page said, what do you mean never seen before? I've seen this shown several times, months and months back on different YouTube channels. Oh. Hold on, I just got a message. Ew. That's disgusting. Aaron Carter put a big butterfly tattoo on his face. So I guess this is old. So I guess it is Don, but it's old. Because I don't think Don has the holes. No, he definitely doesn't. But this does look like Don. Don't get me wrong. But I just don't believe anything Jonathan does. I don't know. jOSE has already been in trouble for fooling with Summer's boyfriend? What? Don has an adult son, 34-year-old. Thank you, Lulu. You please talk. Lindsay, I talked about it for the first hour and a half. I'm over. I'm done talking about it. Best friend journey. I don't know about that. Best friend, not boyfriend. JLR is a wannabe Brian. He's just a loser. Someone in the comments said he has more. He almost has as many arrests as Betty. Yeah, I never heard that before. I never heard jOSE did anything with anyone. Refrigerator video and DM. All right, hold on. Aha. Thank you, sweet Carolyn. Oh. All right.
Played hide and seek. I remember one video I was looking at with the refrigerator that was outside. That was her favorite hiding spot when she played hide and seek with the boys. That was her go-to. And if not there, inside Grandis's camper, in the bathroom.
He said the same thing
At
tonight.
Summer's Hilltop home, Wells showed me a refrigerator he says Summer played on.
Played on. It's just, I don't know what else she did.
I don't know what to say about that, but hold on, because I'm going to show you a before photo and an after photo, because this is something that I noticed right away. Let me grab it. I think it's right here. Here it is. So this is the refrigerator during the search. The search for Summer right after she went missing when the cops were up there. So like I think it was around day 6, 7, because that's when Rose Meyer was up there. Okay. So I'm going to show you really quick. And this might not mean anything to anybody else, but I noticed it and it bothers me. It's odd. Totally fucking weird. So here, let me stop screen sharing. You got a good picture of this refrigerator? I don't know if those are bullet holes. They look like bullet holes to me. Hold on. Okay. It's not a stick Bex. It's a metal shovel. So this is the fridge, and if you notice, so take a look at it. There's no refrigerator door on it here in this picture, and there is no refrigerator door on the video you just saw. I want to know where this refrigerator went and why was it taken off? Where was it put? This refrigerator, I never really thought anything of it. You know what, though? There's a reason this photo was taken. Where's the door to the refrigerator? And now the freezer door has all kinds of holes in it, and he's beating the crap out of the refrigerator on the news with a metal garden shovel.
Okay, so my only question is, why does this matter? That's what I don't get. Like, why does it matter where the fridge door is? The fridge went bad and they put it outside. Like, what am I missing? Help me.
Now, I've had people get on my ass, like, because the holes aren't there right now. The holes are in the video. That's why I pulled up this photo to show you. There are no holes in this one. I'll pull up the video so you can see. There's no holes in that photo. The holes are here. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The picture was to show you. Yes.
That's exactly what I said, Polly. That was one of my points, that it just doesn't make sense. If they told Jose where she hides, then how come they didn't know where she was? It would have been the first place they looked. So I'm with you there.
He beat the fridge on the news. Why is he so angry with this writer? I don't know, Linda. Could be. I don't know. I mean, I can't see them well enough. Are they bullet holes? I'm not sure. But all I know is those holes were not in that freezer door when Summer went missing.
Okay, but this fridge has black around it. Hold on. Oh, I see. Yeah, but you can't see if there's holes there from this side. It's too far away. There's no way to see it. You can't tell. There's no way to tell. There could be 5 holes there. Yeah, I just don't get the point. Hold on. So that's why I'm saying, if I'm missing something, please let me know.
Now, I've had people get on my ass, like, because the holes aren't there right now. The holes are in the video. That's why I pulled up this photo to show you. There are no holes in this one. I'll pull up the video so you can see. There's no holes in that photo. The holes are here. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The picture was to show you. Yes, he beat the fridge on the news. Why is he so angry with this writer? I don't know, Linda. Could be. I don't know. I mean, I can't see them well enough. Are they bullet holes? I'm not sure. But all I know is those holes were not in that freezer door when Summer went missing. I think I saw holes on the front door on the recent video. Yeah, it's right here. Yes, the fridge was moved. It was moved from one side of the driveway to another. Yeah, kids can get locked into a fridge easy.
Tiffany Marie wants to ask you something. She wants to ask, and anytime you need to go, Dawn, just say it's fine. You can always come back another night if you want, and if you need to go. But
no, it's fine.
Okay.
No, it's fine.
Tiffany Marie says the refrigerator. I'm just reading exactly what she wrote me. So she said the refrigerator on the property that he has on the property, it was next to the back door in the beginning of the investigation. It's moved now. Will you ask first where the refrigerator door is?
I don't know what she's talking about, because we had that one old black refrigerator out there. We took the door off it because kids can get trapped in a refrigerator if take the door off it. We just set it out there. The damn thing still works, but it was never by the back door that I'm aware of, that I can remember. I don't know.
Okay, so
I
you
don't
took off
know.
the refrigerator.
I have no
You took off
idea.
the refrigerator door to so the kids wouldn't get stuck in it. Is that what you said?
Yeah, we took the door off of
That's
it.
law.
Okay.
That's law. You have to take the door off of a refrigerator when you throw it out, or you're getting in trouble.
The rest of her question says the freezer door is on. Why? Okay, so she
Yeah.
said the refrigerator door is off, but the freezer door is on. And she said why
Yeah.
there are bullet holes through the freezer door right now, but there weren't any
Because
during
I
the
shot
search.
the hell out of it.
Okay, so that was recently.
No
Since
bullet
summer.
holes?
Yeah, because it says why are there bullet holes through the freezer door right now, but there weren't any during the search.
I don't have any idea. I don't know.
You just shot. You
That's
were just
pretty observant.
He
That's
shot the
pretty
hell out of
observant though, because I mean, yeah,
You
I
were
mean, we
just
shoot
shooting
the
it.
hell out of
Okay, and then she
everything.
says, and then she says, why was he hitting the refrigerator and taking out aggression on it with a metal shovel?
Oh, I was showing. I was Summer and the boys used to beat it. It sounds like a drum actually, and I was just showing them what the kids used to do. That's all I was doing. I was just showing them how it sounded like a drum, because that's what Summer and the kids were doing.
Okay.
Is anyone else confused with me? Yeah, I don't think he was angry at the fridge. And also understand, the fridge did not lock from the inside, so nobody could die in it. It opened immediately. Yeah, there isn't a latch. Read my comment about what Chris McDonough. I know I covered. If you guys rewind, I covered everything that Chris McDonough asked in the first hour of my live. I was hitting to show it sounded like a drum. The kids like to hit it. Well, Chris was trying to show if he was lying or not. What would be the reason to be angry at the fridge? Well, one reason that someone would be angry at the fridge would be if Summer died in it, and that's what took his daughter. So that I could see where she's going. Like, I get the line that she's going in. I just don't agree with it. But I understand it. Okay, but Lindsay, that has nothing to do with my life. So I'm glad I didn't answer it. The Australian version doesn't even work. I don't get this. Did you guys hear about this? Will Smith punched Chris Rock or something at the Oscars? I don't really even understand it.
Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane joke. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. I'm going to, okay? Okay. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
He called her G.I. Jane? He made a joke about Jada's bald head from the movie G.I. Jane, and he didn't like it. Will is a chump. That's pretty fucked up.
Lord! Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Okay, this is what it was about. This looks staged.
He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please. Lord! Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
So Will's laughing, and she's not happy, and now he freaks out.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith.
I didn't mute it, by the way.
Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. So we are here.
Yeah, I think if he really hit him, he would have fucking hit him harder. Chris didn't even flinch. Nothing.
Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
I think it's bullshit. I think it's total bullshit. Yeah, but he was laughing 5 minutes prior. 5 seconds prior. He was laughing. Yeah, it's like he hit him right in the, right in his microphone. That was acting. I agree. Had to defend his wife, but didn't have to hurt. I don't know. Yeah, he slapped him. He's got an open fist. He's got an open hand. He just slapped him. You can see his hand is open. Well, if you do it in slow motion, he never touched him. Yeah, I don't think it's real. He has one fist up, but his hand is open. He slapped him. Yeah, I'm not buying it. I don't know, Bexia, possibly. But, I mean, if you look here, he's cracking up. Now he's going to hit him? Yeah, I'm not buying the whole thing. I did. You can barely hear it. All right. Will and Jade are swingers, they say. It just, he's sitting there cracking up. And then all of a sudden he gets up to hit him. Get the fuck out of here. Now she's not happy. Is that Jennifer Aniston? They would have. I totally agree with that, Bexia. They would have removed him. Yeah, it wasn't. That's bullshit. She wanted an open relationship. He never did. I already did, Lindsay. You can't hear it. All right. I am done. It does. I think it is her. Jennifer Lawrence. No, that's Jennifer Aniston. Because that's the U.S. Gotta try a stunt. Maybe. It did look real for a minute. And he cursed at him. But yeah. If Will Smith really hit him the way it looked, he would have fucking been... He didn't even move. Will's crying, giving a speech right now. Oh, well. So you could just hit the host based on a joke. Come on. I'm telling you, I think that's Jennifer Aniston. His mouth should have bled. So he didn't even move. He didn't even, like, move 2 inches. His, like, feeding never moved. That's true. He can get emotional at a drop of a dime. Good point. I mean, you can't just hit the host. Yeah, she's definitely pissed. No doubt. But you can't hit the host of an Oscar. I mean, he didn't do anything, and then he's sitting here cracking up. So stupid. I didn't know. It's very, very low. It doesn't matter. You can't hit each other. So I'm not buying it. Oh my God, Lindsay, then run it on your channel. Career might suffer. Look on. No. She's a good actress. And you could always get a wig. But But I don't believe it's alopecia. I believe she did it simply for the movie. That's what I think. Yeah, she shaved her head for G.I. Jane. That's what I thought. I don't even know why she got so mad at Chris Rock. It was stupid. So, all right. Any other questions about Summer or Chris's interview? Yeah, just like Demi Moore did. Or just like any questions on Chris's interview? Going once, going twice. 3 times a lady. She did not shave her head. She has a disease. I know alopecia. I've had it. And it's newer, and she just came out public with it about 3 months ago. It was lame. What, Chris's interview? I don't know. I don't watch TV anymore to watch the Oscars. Part 2 tomorrow with Laura tomorrow. Why? There's a part 2 of tonight? Is Chris interviewing him again tomorrow? But I would like to see what Chris had after the fact. No, the joke was that he was going to, that there was going to be a second, that there would be a sequel. It wasn't a bad thing. Oh, I'm doing another live tomorrow. No, the CM interview is another cash grab. I totally agree. Oh, that's not, it looks like her. Does anyone watch A Million Little Things? He's calling her G.I. Jane. No, she's playing G.I. Jane. Who put the billet holes in the fridge? That I do not know. I think Don said he did. I thought she's doing the movie G.I. Jane. Ah, okay. Then why was Chris Rock hysterical laughing? Aren't you glad? I think they're going to do 5, but aren't you glad that they got back together? Gary, I'm so excited. Gary and Maggie back together. Woo woo. No, he was calling I thought she was doing a G.I. Jane movie. Because Chris Rock is hysterical laughing. I mean, Will Smith is hysterical laughing. I know, they did have to get back together. Exactly. He was laughing until his wife got mad. All right, CM talked to Jose 2 to 3 days before the interview, so it was a setup Q&A interview boring. She came out in 2008 to sell alopecia. That's why she kept her head shaved. I haven't cried. I know, Monica. I was so excited. I thought last night was it. I thought this was it. They were cutting it because they said they may not renew it next year. And they may not renew it for a 5th season, even though it has a cult following. I was like, well, with Maggie and Gary getting back together, they should have a season 5. But I thought last night, or I watched the last one last night. I know it wasn't on last night, but I had to catch up. And I kind of felt like they were closing all the doors. Like they weren't going to end the series with questions. So they kind of answered they kind of put together everybody. Like, everyone is good in case it doesn't get renewed, and I like that. But I am hoping it does get renewed. It's one of my favorite shows. He'd rather be with that dude he bought the house for. Who? Oh, Jade is definitely clearly pissed. He thought his joke was funny. Well, Will was laughing. Everyone was laughing. Look around. Everyone was laughing. Everyone thought it was funny. Except her. She's the only one that didn't. Oh, Will Smith. He'd rather be with that dude he bought the house for. Gotcha. The fridge thrown out, supposed to go to garbage truck when their date comes. Yeah, but I don't know when they come over there. He was probably just still there from the jokes. Maybe. See, that's why I said it was a slap, that he didn't punch him. I showed that it was a slap. I know, not Yellowstone. Hey, Audra, we're talking about a million little things. But I also think the whole Catherine being a lesbian, like, it's like you have to put in a token lesbian in every show or a token gay kid. I don't know. It's too much. Like, I'm sorry. You just don't go from being married and then all of a sudden you're lesbian. It don't work like that. The ratings are down so low. They're pulling this crap. Now, I know. But I just feel like the Maggie and Gary thing, they should have let it play out more instead of instant and left people on the edge of their seat. You know what I mean? Like, what was that show with the lesbian moms? It was on for like 8 seasons. The Fosters. The whole stepsister thing, the brother thing, that played out for like 4 seasons and left you like on the edge. Kind of same thing. They should have done that instead of all of a sudden they're back together. Come on. Let it, play out a little more. Is it Bexine? I was going to watch that. I wasn't sure if it was any good. You can. Actually, Will Smith was laughing but wasn't happy about the joke. I don't know. The girl in the back still looks like Jennifer Aniston to me. 30-something was the best. I don't know that show. I don't think I ever watched it. But I love the Fosters. I did. I watched, I binged all of them. And I painted a house. And I think I did it in a week and a half. I binge watched the whole season, the whole series. Every season. Younger was really good too. Or Younger. That was a really good series. Do they have a spin-off show? What's the name of it? And now married to another woman. Okay. It does look like her. They're saying it's not. Thank you, Angel Kisses. What's the name of this spin-off show? I never watched it. I heard about it, but I never watched it. Good Trouble. I love the Fosters, too. I had a crush on him. I did. I loved it. Is it on Hulu? Is it on Hulu? I need something tonight while I make candles. Oh, I loved Younger. I binged that too recently. I fell in love with it. I was like, oh my God, I didn't want it to end. I think it's a great show. I found it accidentally. I was like, oh my God, I love this. Perplexed. People marry to hide they are gay because they are ashamed of who they are because of society and how cool it is. They are not happy not being themselves. Okay. Maybe in like the 50s. Not so much today. I watched on my actual cable channel. They still have it. Yeah, but Hulu has all new episodes. It's great. Good rubber. Yep, they got it. Ooh, I got 4 seasons I can binge. Sweet. That's awesome. That'll keep me busy. Yeah, Hulu, if you don't have cable, Hulu is the way to go. And no commercials. I mean, I pay for it. It's like $13 a month, but the best $13 I've ever spent. I'm gay and still have not discussed it with my parents. They're extremely religious. They would disown me. Really, Rocco? And you don't think they know? See, a friend of mine got into Frankie and Grace. I never got into it. See, an 11/22/63 on Hulu. Huh? 11/22/63? I don't know, Rocco, because I've heard a lot of people say that their parents are very religious and they never told them. And then when they did tell them, they were like, yeah, we knew. So even though they're religious, they still might know. Oh. Probably do. No, but don't want to talk about it. It's just a different vibe around them. Okay. Aw. I'm sorry. I think everybody should be able to be who they are. Try to live out of society. Normal. True. Socially normal. Came out in the first year of college and they were more than fine with it. I already knew. So that's what I'm saying. I know a couple of people that came out. 2 guys and a girl all came out. All their parents are very religious. They were very, very afraid. When they finally did, all parents were like, yeah, we knew. We were waiting for you to come tell us. Quantum Leap was good. But you watch it now and it's like, okay, that was kind of cheesy. Just not around the parents. Bring home a gay guy. Say that's your boyfriend. Then they'll look at you like you're really weird. Parents know, they just don't want you to know they know because it might be uncomfortable. That's true. Well, it depends how religious they are. They may be so overly religious they don't know. So, but I am going to get off. I have candles to make and I'm getting a mammogram tomorrow. Yay. Fun, fun. And I don't even remember the time. I had to look it up. So, on that note, all right, I am going to get off. All right. I will see you guys later. They don't believe in sex before marriage, living together, swearing, all that. Me neither. They would love me. Thank you, Joseph. Hit the like button for the hardest work creator on YouTube. Thank you. Yeah, Jonathan's really good with promoting my thumbs up. There was one more thing I wanted to tell you guys, and I forgot. It was something about Chris's interview, and I forgot. I don't know. But I did look up airfare to go, and that's not a fart. That is my chair. But I did look up airfare to go to Wyoming, and it's much cheaper to go into Colorado and then drive to Wyoming. The problem is car rentals are so fucking expensive in Denver. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to try rock hunting here first. No, it's my chair. But Lindsay always thinks I fart. I'm like, it's not a fart. It's my chair. So I'm letting everyone know. Cheyenne? To go to Cheyenne for this Rock and Gem thing. Rock and Gem show. Because you got to understand. You guys, some of you guys know this about me. When I get into something, I go full blast. I don't do it half-assed. I go in with both feet. I've been looking in between room finishing. I've been doing so much stuff, researching who has the best gems, who has the best shows, all about rocks, where to go in Colorado, all the different things you need. I like just full blast. So, but yeah, there's a rock and gem show in Cheyenne in the end of April. April 30th and May 1st. So, April 30th and May 1st. So I thought about flying in, but flying in looks like it's a pain in the ass, and it's going to be very expensive. Flying into Denver is much cheaper, but a car is super expensive from, and it's like Denver only has SUVs, and it's like almost $300. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But she loved it. Oh, was she? But I am going to take Sayed. I got to ask her. I do want to take her and see what we can find around here. Because if I don't have to go to Wyoming, that would be wonderful. So we'll see. You'll come and get me in Denver? I still need a car, though, to get around. You can fly into Billings and fly out of Colorado. Yeah, but how far is Billings from Cheyenne? Yeah, Mari, the whole first hour and a half is all about the title. Tuscan has the best rocks and gems show, and I think it's done for this year. Oh, they did it already? Tucson, Arizona? Six-hour drive south, and you can see my state. You're going to see Don again. That's it. Tucson, Arizona? I want to know where there's an Alabama show. Tucson. Yeah, that's going on now. No, actually, there's one. Looks like there's a few of them. Oh, it's March 1st, 6th through the 31st. So I would have to leave there tomorrow. I guess it's like a month-long thing. Yeah, I would have to leave like tonight, tomorrow. It's all this week. It doesn't tell you what's happening. Yeah, I couldn't afford to go right now. There's one in September in Tucson. Pueblo show next year. Yeah, it looks like they have a lot of stuff. Doesn't show anything though. Major wildfire near Colorado. Alrighty. Yeah, it doesn't give you any information about what's happening. It only gives you stuff up until the 12th. Alright, it's not telling. Here we go. Now, it's the same February 9th through the 12th. Yeah, this looks, I don't know, this looks different. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it was February. It's all confusing. Minerals of Arizona, April 1st and 2nd. $75 a person for non-members. It doesn't tell you what they do. Two-day format include mineral sales, lectures, and a variety of other mineral-related events. I don't know. Montana gem and mineral info. Yeah. See, the reason why I like Wyoming is because you can rock hunt for free. And you can find a lot of good stuff for free. That's what I like about it. That's why I say Wyoming. Let's see if they have one in Alabama. Alabama rock hunting. Rock. We have an Alabama Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Alabama Gem and Mineral Show. October in Huntsville. Here, the Mineral Gem and Rock Show, April 30th to May 1st in the Archer Complex in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And it looks like there's a lot of stuff going on in Gastonia, North Carolina. I know someone that lives there. I just don't remember who. Most of ours are inside stones. You have to cut them to reveal a gemstone or tumble them in a tumbler to polish. Yes. For a rock trip, yeah. Tiffany. Oh, that was yours? I didn't know. I pulled it off Google. Yeah, but isn't that a good thing? I didn't know that was yours. I put that off Google. I could show you where it came from. Don Wells' summer is still missing 141 days. That's where I pulled it from. Visit. Oh, yeah, it was you. It leads right to your video. I mean, right to your channel. Well, not really your channel. This is what it pulls up. Hold on. That's what it pulls up. I didn't realize that was you. Because I didn't click it. I just pulled it from here. That's where I pulled it from. I never bothered to click, see whose it was. Yeah, on Google. I got it from here, but I never clicked that. I just took it from there. But then when you hit visit, that's where it comes up. That's so weird. Here's your channel. I don't even see that here, though. So, Tiffany, what'd you think of tonight's interview? Oh, God, Bedwell, for real? Have you ever had Fiji water? Yes. I have a ton in my yard. Sweet. Yeah, I never even bothered to click it. I'm glad it was you and not someone else. All right, so I was going to shut down like an hour ago, and I'm going back shutting down. Bedwolf, it was so nice this weekend. It was so great. Okay, thank you. I heard, Tiffany. I was like, oh my God. I was like, why? Why are they fucking dropping this Cash App? He is so suspect. So suspect. It's insane. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God. Like, Chris, come on. You're better than this. Like, call this motherfucker out. And he didn't. It's just more of a money grab. It was so frustrating. I'm like, oh my God, stop. Just fucking stop. Crazy. Carson, I totally agree with you. Oh, bad wolf. But then I'll just go down to the courthouse tomorrow after my mammogram. I mean, it's that simple. I gave it on Monday. No, Chris was pretty good. Like, I could have sworn, I was looking at his cell phone, but I could have sworn that Josh kind of was laughing. Like, he was trying not to laugh when he was saying, I'm homeless, I'm this, I'm that. Yeah, sure you are. Sure you are. Chris wants him to come back. Of course he does. Did you see how much money Chris made tonight? But yeah, I don't trust Jose at all. At all. his stories, his bullshit. Like if you go back and you listen to the beginning of the live, you'll hear where I called it all out. It was totally a drug run. Totally a drug run. When Chris asked him that, I was like, where's my shout out, Chris? But yeah, it was totally a drug run. He got scared and he didn't want to go back because he knew they had drugs on him and he was nervous, so he stayed behind. Problem solved. Jose is a pity party. I agree. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I cannot even believe that Justin dropped his Cash App. No, and I get that, Sweet Carolina, but it was a money grab for him. I mean, he made a ton of money. They pretty much admit it. That's what I'm saying. You know, he was like, no, but it was so obvious that it was a drug run. The money brought Jose here. I agree with that too. It's not all over. She's not home. I mean, she's not. We don't know what happened to her. Yeah, he lost his job because of YouTube. Exactly, he admitted it right then. That's what I'm telling you. I was like, he went off on this tangent about how it wasn't a drug run. And Chris, got into him for it. I was like, where's my shout out, Chris? I don't believe Jose. Once you lie, they all lie. There's not a person that isn't lying. He is too sus. I agree. He also had about 10,000. He did have 10,000 people in his chat. Good for him. I totally agree. I can't believe that Justin dropped his Cash App. Someone came in here and said that. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, really, Bad Wolf? That's funny. That is funny. Kill look, say hi to Queen Killer for me. Lindsay, maybe that's what you hear as a fart. It's my vape. That's what I think you heard. She will crack it for sure. Absolutely, Bad Wolf. Absolutely. Jose said he was just stressed, just saying why. Exactly. Bexina, I agree with you. Why are you so stressed? What's going on? But he just lies so much. Tiffany are not speaking to Nini because she has almost as many subs as you. What? Tiffany is not speaking to Nini because she has almost as many subs as you. I'm over Jose, period. I've fucking been over Jose. But he keeps popping up. It's crazy. Crazy. So, no, Lindsay always accuses me of farting, and I thought maybe it was my chair, but I think it's my vape that she hears. But Bad Wolf, I'm surprised that what's her name turned on Nini. I was shocked. I was like, wow. That's a surprise. Yeah, I don't watch Nini, so I don't know. I don't even know what she talks about. But good for her. Now you got me curious. I don't understand though how she has so many subs when she only gets a few views per video. Oh, she had one viral. That's why. Bad Wolf on TikTok. I don't get this. I don't know. Nah, she's at 9. I'm trying to find her video that she got big views on. Oh, there it is. The escalator. 600,000. All right. I am off too. Oh, she had 2 viral. Yeah, but they're not her videos. She pulls them from TikTok. I don't see that one. But I'm saying she pulls them from TikTok. But I do say I love the candles. She has candles on a cover. I like that. All right. I am out, though. And I'm starving. Yeah, I don't see that one. I don't see that one. Unless I'm missing something. I saw the other one. But I don't see the 2 million. She pull it down? Because I don't see it. I don't know. All right. I am out. I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you, yeah, I don't see it. But make sure you give me a thumbs up or Jonathan's going to come beat you up. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.